this video lesson is gonna be a bit long, so be patient. It's very fundamental and very important lesson. And for this lesson, Danny here will help me. Danny, say hello. Danny, say hello.
Hello.
Washing face, combing the hair, getting up to the high shelf. They're all day-to-day common movements, very fundamental, very basic for each and every one of us. And all those movements they all have the same basic principle. And let's find out what it is. So we take the short movement of washing the face, for example, or combing the hair, and elongate it. And elongate it more and more. And we get to the backwards arm rotation. This is one of the most fundamental human movements, backwards arm rotation, and this is what we're gonna talk about today. So the basic motorics for the backwards arm rotation is simple because it's basic human motoric. Just stand still with your legs parallel and do long and slow movement. Raise your hands as far as you can up, and when you're here, touch them, because many times people can't do it, so they just do this. So I want you to touch the hands up here and then spread it to the side as far as you can. It's actually backwards movement, and low, and touch again. Up here, down here, touch again. See? I do the movement and I touch. This is the first drill. If you manage doing so, raise the rhythm, make it faster and faster. Okay, not too fast. This will teach you nothing. Just feel the movement to the extent of it. Second drill I want you to do is the same but with movement. Forward and backward, sidewise. Rotate around yourself, walk in circles. Why? So why we do arm rotations with movement? It's very simple. Danny, throw a punch at me, please. Okay, we want to move. Do it fast as you can. Again, as fast as you can. Okay, we want to raise our hands fast, but we also want to do it with body movement. We want to unify the motion, because in combat we always want to move together. It's not like the hand here and only the hand. It's part of me. We move together. This simple movement of backwards arm rotation, as we've seen, is not that simple, and we're going to complex it much more on this video, on this lesson. And let's start. So we did this movement as one movement, but actually it's made of two movements. The first is with the palm leading the motion, leading the movement. See, now the palm leads the open palm leads the movement, and it gets up here. I must rotate my hand if I want to continue the movement with the palm leading. Now, you see, again, I raise my hand, I make an 8 figure here, so I can continue and lead the movement with the palm. We can of course do it with both hands. I rotate completely and try as much as I can lead the movement with the open palm. Again, up, rotate, figure 8, and down again. Up, rotate, and down again. This is the third drill. The fourth drill, and the second part of the full movement, is with the blade of the hand leading the movement. So I start with the blade and everything is fine. You see, the blade leads the movement, leads the movement, but down here I must again make figure 8 so I can continue the movement. So you see, and again you can do it with both hands, and this is the fourth drill. No need to do it fast. Slow is the purpose of this drill, to feel every twist in the arms, every twist in the body, and let it work together. So when you do the fast and the regular backwards arm rotation, you actually raise the palm here and continue with the blade here without the 8 figure in the middle. So far we've seen that the backwards arm rotation is this movement. Let's make it shorter. If I take this movement and make it shorter, I have the elbow rotation. Actually the elbow is a pivot point and the rotation is around the elbow, but let's call it elbows rotations, okay? We have here backwards elbow rotations. It's same movement, but shorter. And of course, we will show you later how to use it. With both hands, we can do it in chasing hands, also with the long movement and with the short movement. So the fifth drill is this. How we do it? Very simple. Extend the arm fully and close it full as much as you can. Open and close. It's basically like doing this movement, but with a twist of the direction. And we'll talk about the direction soon. The sixth drill and even shorter movement is when we take this movement and just raise the elbow. It's same movement, see? The long, the short, and the shortest. You just take the elbow, raise it as much as you can up, and now lower it as much as you can down. Chasing hand. Again, with the whole body behind it. See? With movement. Very important to do the drill with movement. Let's talk about principles. And the first is directions. The direction we have is from down up, okay, down upwards, from forward backwards, and from up downwards. Down upwards, front backwards, and up downwards. In every range of this movement is the same. Down up, front to back and up and to down. Take your finger and lead the movement with the finger. Feel it, feel the directions. We use it a lot, following the finger. Feel the directions. And now we'll show you some applications and the importance of this direction. So Danny, try and reach me. Try and reach me. Yeah. See? Down up. I just intercept his fist with direction. It's not about technique, it's just direction again. Please do it fast. Okay? I use the elbow, short range from the inside. Again, short range from down up. Okay, I must use the direction again. See, from down up. So the importance of, and we'll deal with it later again, but the importance of the direction from down up is because we usually don't stand like this on the street, right? We just walk on the street. We talk on the street, our hands are down, so we want to be able to raise them fast. This is a way to practice it. Please hit me again. Fast, 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 fast. Again, fast. Okay? I just, again, now slowly, I just slide my hand from down up. The second direction I want to talk about is the forward, backward. And this is kind of tricky, but it basically, Danny comes from behind. Okay, I can't see him. Now I can feel him. You see the movement that I do? Okay, from the front, backwards. I twist. I need to twist my body. Again, this direction. And this is, of course, only an example. Okay, I want to stop down. If I can't do it forward, I need to turn backwards, right? So from the forward, from the front, backward. I twist the entire body, you see? Again. Now, and I can then take his back. The third direction is from up downwards. Put a hand here. Danny comes here and he wants to attack me or whatever. So, for example, I can catch his hand in kind of arm lock. Or, for example, here you see I raised his head, took it backwards, and now I lower it. Just an example. See? From down up, right? Now, from up, I throw him with the up, down. The second principle I want to talk about is range. As you've seen, we have long movement, medium movement, and short movement because we have different range. We have long range, for example, kick me, slow please, so they can see. See, long range. I want to grab his leg. It's just an example for range. It's not, this is the only way to do it. It's just an example. Medium range, hit me with the fist as I've shown you before. Again. Okay. By the way, this is also a very good way for me to initiate attack on Danny. Stand with me in a combat situation. I want to penetrate his defense. Walk with me. I raise my hands up and then take them down. I make him to play my game. And of course we have the short range. Hit me with a hook, for example. We have the elbows. Why? Because the elbows movement is much faster than the arm movement. So in short range, we want to use short levers. We want to use short levers in short range. It's much faster and it's also hit much stronger. Also, same direction, down, upwards, same movement. The next principle is heaviness. We like to be heavy as much as we can without eating too much pizza, because we love pizza, but we want to make it less pizza and more combat heavy. And one way to train it, to practice it, is with dumbbells. These are 2 kilogram dumbbells, and just do arms rotation with dumbbells. After a few minutes like this, you probably will feel a lot of pain in the shoulders, and this is the place when you need to continue do it and try to emphasize your mind on the feeling of the heaviness that the dumbbells feel in your hands. Because the next stage after practice it with dumbbells, and slow, not fast, because you need to put your mind into it. This is a mindfulness part of Chinese martial arts, is doing it heavy without the dumbbells, and you need to try and feel the heaviness and to put the heaviness in the palms. So this is the 7th drill. With dumbbells and heavy without dumbbells. Of course, after you do it in the long range, try and feel the heaviness at the short range here. And you can see the difference in the video, I know, but the emphasis now is on the heaviness. I lead the motion with the palm. I put the heaviness in the palm, which brings us to the next principle, and it's elbow leads movement. In long range, the palm leads the movement. I emphasize the heaviness at the palm, in the palm. On mid-range, I use the forearms. I make them as heavy as I can. I want to be heavy here. You see, this is the movement that I do. Again, I want to be heavy. I don't put any force behind it. Only heaviness. Again, only heaviness. And this heaviness is made also by working with dumbbells and feeling how it feels, and then working without dumbbells, feeling how it feels. It's a lot of mindfulness, it's a lot of guided imagination, and yes, it works perfectly. The next stage, of course, is in short range. Elbow leads the movement. As you've seen, we have this movement, but how can we practice it? Well, again, you can use dumbbells, and when you raise your hands up here, don't take them down straight, but use the elbow. We want to make our elbows heavy as well. How we do it? So we use the dumbbells again. We raise our hands up here, but now we lower the elbow first. We feel how the elbow actually leads the movement. Even when I go up with my arm, the elbow leads the movement, not the palm with the dumbbell. I just try to move the heaviness from the palm to the elbow. I know, again, you don't see it on the video, but it's in your mind. It's mindfulness, it's guided imagination. It's something you need to do and feel. So you raise it up and move the weight to the elbows and let the elbows sink first. You see? I short the movement. Let the elbows lead the movement. And this is how this movement becomes heavier, because I know the feeling of being heavy in my elbows, and I let the elbow lead the movement. So this becomes just a shortened version of it. You see, I raise my elbow and then I take it down again. Okay, now if you noticed what I did, I stopped his movement here and then I did this. This brings us to the next principle of separation. Now you have two ways of separate directions. This from up down is another video. We're going to separate from down up. Done. Okay. From down up, right? I stop him. Now I want to get in. I separate the movement. Again. Hit me again. See? Again. 1, 2. It's all the same movement. See? From down up. From down up. and the separation. Again. Now I can continue as I want. Again. See? Let's try from this direction. Okay, from down up. You see? Again. This is the direction. And if he uses his hand, so again, this is the direction. From down up, from forward, backwards, from up, downwards. The backward arm rotation. We have separation of direction here. Opposite direction, if you remember the video about principle of movement.